In this video I'm going to show you how to add a new property. You may notice I've added a couple of new icons down the side here. Add property owner and add property. So add property is obviously the one we want. If you just click on that, it will take you to this create page here. I'm just working off my development machine at the moment, so it will be a tad slower than if we were using the real site. So the legacy reference needs to be based on whether it's an apartment or a villa. For an apartment it's PRC AP. For a villa it's PRC. We'll just pretend this is a villa. We'll say villa 1, let's say 1000. So the owner obviously needs to be added beforehand. I've added some test owners here, so we'll assign it to one of these test owners. The representative needs to be obviously who's looking after the property. We will just assign Victor. You can leave it blank if there's nobody or you don't know who it is. The property type obviously has to correspond to this, left out the V there, this legacy reference. So it's a villa, obviously if it's PRCV it'll be a villa. If it's an apartment, PRCVAP, and so on. So the town obviously needs to be the town where the property is located. The vacation type is used by the search engine. So if you search for a seaside break, and obviously this is a rural or a city break, it's not going to show up in the results. So you need to be sure that you're picking the right one. The home away reference is an integer field, something like this usually. I don't know obviously where these numbers are generated from. You will have to ask somebody in the know on your end, but hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out, and you can always leave that blank if necessary. The property name should hopefully be self-explanatory. It's the name of the property, so we'll just give it a test property. There we are. The description obviously is a description of said property. We'll just put test in for now. The changeover day has always been Saturday. I've never seen anything else, so just leave it like that. If there's any notes, remember to take your kids. Right, so these are all yes no answers, and hopefully it should be obvious as to what each is. This swimming pool type, again, the search engine uses it to search for the pool type. So if you pick a private and they search for a shared pool, again it's not going to show up. So let's finish these off. Right, so bedrooms, bathrooms, these are very important. Again, they're used by the search facility. Max guest is how many people can stay in the villa, including all the sofa beds and the extra beds. So we'll put 10 in here, and 0 for these. Now you do need to fill all these out, these bedrooms, bathrooms, extra beds, sofa beds, etc. if possible. This map URL, now this needs to be the Google Maps URL. If you go to Google Maps and you type in the property address, that's what you need to put in here, the kind of HTTP / Google blah blah blah, whatever it is. The GPS, I don't know what my fake properties GPS. Oh, it's a latitude and longitude. Again, you can find that on the Google Maps, and this just helps to show the correct property when they drill down into it on the site. These legacy synopsis and price synopsis are all ignorable. This exclusive field is whether other agents also have the property in their catalogue. So if it's purely a PRC property, i.e. a Victor owns the house, let's just say, and it's not rented anywhere else, you set it to true. If not, false. The full address needs to be obviously Rue de Portugal, the address of the property in Portugal, and the telephone number is whatever main contact phone is used at the house, if there is one, of course. Active, now this is very important. If you set it to false, even though you'll add the property to the database, it won't actually appear on the site when somebody is searching it. This is a way for you to disable a property if it you know, goes off the books, or they decide they don't want to rent it anymore. Alarm and barbecue, again, should be obvious. Directions from airport, we don't really use this at all, we just use the maps, so you can leave that blank. Is featured, now this will put it in the carousel on the front page, so best to probably set it to false unless you want it to appear there. This is sale features not used. These two deposit and breakage deposit fields are actually very important. They are used in calculating the booking price. Now there are a kind of boundaries of where to set the deposit based on what type of property and how many bedrooms it has. I think it's 400 deposit if it's over 6 bedrooms or something. I'm not quite sure what the precise numbers are, but these fields do need to be filled in. I'll just add these for now. Just double check we've got everything. So it's not really very complicated. It's kind of fairly easy, to be honest. Let's click save. Hopefully it will tell us property has been created. Excellent. Now you will have to click here just to refresh the page, so it brings up your property in these drop down lists, assuming of course you want to use those. Now one thing I actually forgot to mention is that this listing here is done by alphabetical order, so you see it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 1000, which is the property I just added. So you will need to look carefully because obviously 09 and it thinks this is 10, just because obviously that's the way numbers are ordered. So 1000 will appear earlier than 11. So do be careful when you think that your property hasn't been added, when in fact it has. You can see mine is here, test property. I click on that and it gives me everything I just added with our test here and our invented latitude and longitude. But yeah, do be careful because that can be quite confusing. Okay, in the next video I will show you how to edit the pricings.